All right, today in many ways, Brock, the easiest show we have ever done in the 2 years since we've been on the air. In other ways, sort of the hardest, because where do you start with this game? Do you start with Marshawn Lynch and maybe the best run any of us have ever seen, certainly in person, one of the most violent physical runs I've ever seen in my life? Do you start with Matt Hasselbeck, redemption? Do you start with Jeremy Bates calling a game to somehow beat the Saints team at a shootout? I mean, there's so many different ways you can go with this one.
You're talking about Pete Carroll, who joined our show 3 hours ago and talked about this team clicking in and believing, and that somehow during that week there was a sense of belief that they could accomplish this, based on the matchup, based on the game in Week 11, that this team felt good about themselves. You hear from Matt Hasselbeck, who joined our show and said, love the game plan. This really starts, it's not what we see on Saturday, and you hear that, that's coach speak. I think Matt really painted that picture, though. No, it starts Monday. It starts Tuesday. It starts as you get that plan together that this team believed, and now you only hope that that same game plan's in place and that same belief heading into Chicago.
And the amazing thing is the way it now everything breaks down. First, you get to go to a place you've already won a game before to play what I would have to argue is the worst team left in the playoffs in the Chicago Bears, if you want to look at the other seven. Sure. And then you're going to go, it wouldn't be that big a stretch to imagine Green Bay beating Atlanta, in which case you would host the Packers back here. It is going to be a fascinating weekend to come, a great week leading up to it. Go to the podcast page. You can hear the full interview with Pete Carroll, the full interview with Matt Hasselbeck, and man, just a lot of excitement. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.